Aloha and welcome. The Spirit of Sports, brought to you by notpods.com, which is coming soon, the website, but I am going live on my YouTube station. So thank you, any and all, for listening. Probably not a whole lot right now. Fledgling company that I'm starting, but it's my dream and I'm putting in the work. I will be here every day, every waking moment, either golf, watching sports, or talking to you guys, or with the kid. Sometime with the kid. You're over in the corner. Get your iPad. Sorry, daddy's got to work. This is my dream. I'm a huge sports fan. I always wanted to do sports talk radio. I actually dabbled in it back in 2006. If you know the story, thespiritofsports.com was a whole different deal back then. I had a studio. I would podcast, tape it, put it on a DVD, send it to my friend in LA, and she would put it on to the website. So it's a whole lot easier now, but this is my dream. I want to make a better life for me and my kid and my friends and many people as I can help out. So notpods.com coming soon. I do own it. I need to get my base going and my practice time in on the YouTube station, Not Pods. If you wonder why the screen is blank, because this is not a podcast. This is live. This will be live internet radio. So I'm going old school. I grew up on the radio. I always wanted to be the voice of the Beavers, Oregon State, football, basketball, voice of the Blazers. Grew up listening to Daryl Ani and Bill Shanley and the Shawns, Rip City, Orange Express. It's the dream. And here I am trying to make a better life for myself, my family, my friends. So it's free for now. Once I get the website up and rolling and have good content and I'm live a lot, I will be asking for a mere 51 cents a month. Probably not till next year, though. Probably go all football season for free. I'm going to do a couple deep dives. I really want to, one of my original shows will be That's What He Said, or That's What They Said. That's what he said. Fuck it. There might be some ladies too, but it's called That's What He Said. And I'm going to hold accountable all these pundits, these so-called professionals, experts, when they say so-and-so is going to do great and they're going to win guaranteed and this and that. And let's see. Let's see how you really do. Maybe even tally. Pick 3 or 4 guys. Nick Wright. That's one guy I'm going to target because some call him Nick Wrong. And he just says stuff and he's so gung-ho and he's so sure of himself. Just because you are sure doesn't make you right. Just because you have conviction doesn't mean you're right. So that's going to be one of mine. And another I really want to look into is they think we're fucking idiots when they go under the cover for instant replay. Yeah. And they come back out and say, upon further review, Vegas says it's a fumble and Cincinnati ball. And I'm going to watch every game on NFL Plus, $100, and you can watch every game 40 minutes it takes. That's 7-8 hours. But every time that there is a controversial call and it's obvious and they overturn it, I want to deep dive into what the Vegas odds were on that game and do a correlation and see if it's really Vegas on the line, because I'm very skeptical of the fairness of the officiating. So if you have been listening at all, that bugs me. I'm honing my skills. I'm getting my shit down, and I hate the filler. So, But if anybody watched How I Met Your Mother. Anyway, well, let's get to it. This is part 4. This is August 10th. Welcome. August 10th, Thursday. This is part 4 of my 8-part NFL division preview. I'm going north, south, east, west. I've done the NFC, north, south, and east, and today we're going NFC West. A few things I look at. I look at the biggest question marks for each team, over-under wins in Vegas, strength of schedule, offensive line and defensive rankings, which I don't have a whole lot of time to study because it's just one guy, and I do have to work full-time, 25 hours over here. And how about you, Nate? But so like defenses, I'm not gonna be a master. I just have to go with what I know. And then we'll go with my predictions. Maybe give you something to go to Vegas with. Let's get started. I'm gonna go from bottom to top, and 4th place, my prediction in the NFC West. And I'm sure everybody's, I've been pretty much going chalk, but it's just the way that I see it and the way most experts see it, and the way Vegas sees it. And I just think that's really how it is. But I'm going to say the Arizona Cardinals might be the worst team in the NFL. But, we did say that about the Seahawks last year. It just looked like they were going to shit, and look what they did with a washed-up quarterback. The biggest question marks, and there's a lot of them with the Cards, Kyler Murray. How long's he out? If they start horrendously, do they just sit him the whole year and go for the Caleb Williams sweepstakes and just move off him? Not very mature guy. Not sure what a leader he is. Doesn't seem like he has too much presence in the clubhouse, in the locker room. So huge concerns with Kyler Murray, his health, his ability, and his willingness to run has taken a big step back. Still throws a great ball, but I'm not sure that he is your future there in Arizona. Colt McCoy, another huge question mark. How long has he been in the league? Is he pushing 40 years old? The running back room, old. Connor and Clement and Ingram. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this except say, they have the 22nd easiest strength of schedule, so they're in the bottom third there, 12th hardest. 17th ranked defense, 31st ranked offensive line. It looks like a mess for Jonathan Gannon, first-year head coach, defensive guy, another strike against you. They're just 2 feet in the grave before the season even starts, I hate to say. And Vegas feels the same. I think that they are the least amount of over-under, 4.5 wins. Let's go to the schedule. Here we go. Bear with me. I'm doing this all by myself. So I'm on the computer. I'm on my phone. Got my other computer recording. And what I do is I go through the first, second, and third thirds. So beginning, middle, and final thirds of the season. Bye week, week 14. That's almost brutal. Only thing worse is 4, 5, 6, I think. They're waiting till week 14 to have a bye. So let's go the first 6 games. Looks not a terrible start. At Washington, home for New York, home for Dallas, at San Fran, home for Cincy, at the Rams. Do they split at Washington, home for Giants? I doubt it. Dallas is a loss. At San Fran's a loss. Cincy's a loss. At the Rams, I can maybe give them 2 wins, but I can really only give them 1 win. I'm saying 1-5 going into the middle third of the season. At Seattle, home for Baltimore. At Cleveland, home for Atlanta. At Houston, home for the Rams. Next 6. We're going 1-5 at 1-6, Baltimore, 1-7. Let's say they beat Cleveland or Atlanta. 2-8, Let's say they can beat Houston. That's 3-8. Rams, Pittsburgh. It's 3-10 going into the bye week. 3-10, maybe at best. 4-11 or 4-9 at the very best. I'm calling it 3-10. Final four. Home for Frisco, at Chicago, home for Philly, or at Philly, home for Seattle. 4-10. Do I give them one of those two? You know what? I hate to do this. I can't touch. Over under, can't touch. No bet. Stay away from Vegas. They're 4-13 or 5-12. Hell, they could be 2-15. I don't see anything better than 6-11. Let me see possible wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, at the best, very best 7. I'm saying 5-12 or 4-13, and I would not touch this in Vegas. My fourth place, Arizona Cardinals. Next, moving on. This was a tough one. I think I'm going to go Seahawks in third. I think, I was thinking they're second, but I think people are counting out the Rams a little, kind of overlooking the Rams. And if the Rams, it's a huge if they can stay healthy. Their defense is terrible. But if the Rams can stay healthy, if Stafford and Kupp have one more good year, I think Akers could be breakout. So I'm going to say my third place, Seattle Seahawks. I think they regress. Look at how we looked at them in the preseason last year. I don't see it. So my third place, I say Seattle Seahawks. 10th easiest schedule in the league. That helps. 23rd ranked D. I think they'll be better than that, but 30th. Third from worst offensive line in the league. That's a question mark. Geno Smith to me is a huge question mark. Was last year a fluke? Did he erase 8 years of mediocrity with 1 year? And it was a great year. Can he do it again? Or is he Geno Smith? We don't know. The guy that fell all the way to the second round when people thought he might be a top 5 pick 10 years ago. Had some issues with discipline and attitude. And, he turned it all around last year. And nobody saw that coming. So are they what we thought they were? Or are they going to be what they were? I think it's going to be more what we thought they were. Huge question marks, Geno. Drew Lock, I guess, looked pretty good in his preseason game today, but that ain't shit. And health is a huge question mark. Both are running backs, dinged up. I love DJ Dallas. He's your third guy. They got the weapons. They got the skill players. DK, Lockett, the rookie, Smith and Jigma, Noah Fant, Will Dissly. So I got to give it to them that with their weapons and their skill position players, that they look pretty good. I don't know if they can put it all together. Pete Carroll, great coach, but he's on a defensive-minded type, and not sure. Well, let's go to the schedule, shall we? See what we think. Vegas has them at 8.5. First of all, bye week, week 10, I think that's just about perfect. You play 9 games, you have a bye. You play 8 games. Not bad. Bye weeks are big. Just especially the game or two before the bye week is big too. You don't want that taste in your mouth if you lose before the bye. You want to feel good about it. I haven't talked much about this, but week 10 bye. So let's go. First third of the season. LA Rams 2023. My pick to finish third in the NFC West. Or no, Seahawks. I'm sorry. We're doing Seahawks. What are you doing, Richie? Uncle Richie. This is Uncle Richie. Seahawks, my pick to finish third at 8.5. Oh, I was doing the Rams. I'm sorry. They have a week 5 bye. Ugh, arg. With their health concerns too. If guys are dinged up and not good to go at the beginning of the season, and then they have a week 5 bye, that's brutal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 13 more games after your bye. I don't think there should be any buys before week 7 or 8. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to do the first third of the season is 4 games. And then the bye, and we'll get into it after that. Seattle Seahawks, my pick to finish third. First 4. Home for Rams, at Detroit. Home for Carolina, at Giants. Should win 2 of those. Rams are beatable. Should beat Carolina at home. At Detroit is tough. At Giants is tough. What do I have Giants at? Let me go back. I have the Giants 9-8. 9-8, 8-9 over the 7.5. That's our game 4. I'm going to give them 2-2. Maybe beat the Rams, lose at Detroit, beat Carolina, either lose to the Rams and beat Giants or vice versa. So we'll go 2-2. Then we'll go to the middle third of the season. Call them 2-2. And that's probably best case scenario. The Seahawks. 8.5 in Vegas. They're at 2-2. Week 5 bye. Let's go week 6. At Cincy, home for Zona, home for Cleveland. At Baltimore, home for Washington. At Rams, home for Niners. 2-2. 2-3. 3-3. 3-4. 4-4. 5-4. 5-5. 5-6 through 11 games. I think that's dead on. They're at 8.5. 5-6. At Dallas, at San Fran, Philly, at Tennessee, home for Pittsburgh, at Arizona. That's a brutal stretch. At Dallas, 5-7. San Fran, 5-8. Philly, 5-9. At Tennessee, let's call them 6-9. Pittsburgh, 6-10. 7. I got them 7-10. 8-9. I'm going to go under. I'm going under if you want to take that to Vegas. So I got a no bet on the Cards. They're going to win 4 or 5 games. But at the most, but I wouldn't. I think I see the Seahawks maybe best bet 8-9. Let's go one more time. How many wins do I see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I only see 8 wins, 7, 8 wins for the Seahawks. You know, and that's what he said. I will be the number 1 guy. I love the herd. Calling every Monday where Colin was right, where Colin was wrong. I will be the first guy to call myself out. And I will, by the end of this season, keep these notes and tell you how I did on my over-unders and no bets. Wrap that up. Seahawks finish maybe 7-10, third place. Let's move on. My second place pick in the NFC West. The LA Rams, people sleeping on them. Plenty question marks for sure. Health. Number 1, Stafford, Cup, Akers. Huge question mark. Brett Rippon, third string. Stetson Bennett, rookie, I guess looking decent in camp, but that's your backup. You got Matthew Stafford. Does he have another good year? Cooper Kupp already hurt, probably out till week 1. Now the Rams, they got a great bye where I kind of mixed them up with the Seahawks, but Rams are week 10 bye. That helps. 15th, right in the middle strength of schedule. 32nd ranked defense. It's what Aaron Donald and a bunch of no names. They did get rid of some guys. 28th. Arg. I might regret this. 28th ranked offensive line. 5th worst offensive line. The worst defense preseason rankings. And I'm picking them for second place. I believe in McVay. Last year, they can't have that many injuries again, right? If Stafford and Kupp stay healthy, that's worth 2, 3, 4 games right there. If. Let's go to the schedule. My second place pick in the NFC West, I might regret this. Vegas has them at 6.5 wins. Whoo, dilly. Let's look at the schedule. Week 10 bye. First 6 games. At Seattle, home for Frisco. At Cincy, at Indy, home for Philly, at Arizona. I think they go 3-3. I think they can beat Seattle. Even when Seattle was great, they've always had their number. When the Rams, 5-6 years ago, Rams were not good, would go up and beat Seattle. I'm going to give them the split at least with Seattle. So 1-0, home for Frisco, 1-1, at Cincy, 1-2, at Indy, 2-2. Philly, Arizona, let's call them 3-3 through 6. Second, middle third of the season, they're 3-3. Home for Pittsburgh, at Dallas, at Green Bay, bye week. Home for Seattle, at Arizona, home for Cleveland. Pittsburgh, Dallas, I'll give them a split. That's 4-4. At Green Bay, I have no idea. I'm going to give them a win. 5-4. 5-5 was split with Seattle. Beat Arizona 6-5. Home for Cleveland. 7-5, 6-6. Let's call them 6-6. Could be 7-5. Final third of the season. At Baltimore, home for Washington, home for New Orleans, at the Giants, at San Fran. So we're calling them 6-6, yeah. At Baltimore, 6-7. At Washington versus Washington, 7-7. New Orleans, Giants will go 8-8, and at San Fran, 8-9. 8-9 or 9-8. I'm definitely going on the over. I'll take the over. 6.5. Let me look again. How many wins do I see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I see 9 wins for the Rams. You know, if they stay healthy. It's a big caveat. If they stay healthy, I can see the Rams winning 9, maybe even 10 games. And onward, finally, let's go to everybody's choice to win the NFC West. And why wouldn't it be? What's your question marks with the San Francisco 49ers? Not coach, quarterback, not backfield, health, not receivers, not tight end. Maybe a little bit the depth at running back. But for sure, if they stay healthy, I remember I saw Kittle always go, you know what? It's my 6th year. And how about just have one quarterback? I don't care who it is. How about one guy for the season? I've been through year 1 was 2, then 3, then 2. Last year was 4. Year before that, 3. Could I just have one quarterback, please? I don't know. Could it be? Is there off-season conditioning and strength and conditioning program and coaching staff? Is there something wrong and weird? Why? Is it the scheme that you put your quarterback in danger? Doesn't seem like. It's the quarterback whisperer, Kyle Shanahan. Why can't he keep a quarterback healthy? And after a while, don't you have to question that? Brock Purdy, what? 7-0 in games that he started and finished and looked great. Was that a fluke? Can 7 games? Is that a sample size? Is it a fluke? Sam Darnold could be the next Steve, could be on his way to Steve Young. And you don't know shit about Trey Lance. So they just give up on him. I mean, the throwing motion, takes forever. So that's your question marks. Third-ranked defense, not a question mark. 18th O-line, good enough. And how do they have the 5th easiest strength of schedule? How the hell does that happen? So a lot of things going in the Niners' favor. Week 9 bye. Perfect. So let's go on. Let's move on to the schedule. Vegas has them at 10.5 wins. Let's see what Richie says. What say, Richie? San Francisco 49ers. Week 9 bye. We'll go top third of the schedule. First 6 games. At Pittsburgh, at Rams. Giants, Arizona, Dallas at home, at Cleveland. You know, I say they split. They might lose one of the first 2. Should beat the Giants 2-1. Should beat Zona 3-1. Should beat Dallas 4-1. Dallas, Cleveland split. I'll call them a solid 4-2, possibly 5-1. Let's go solid 4-2 though. Middle third of the season. Week 7. At Minnesota, home for Cincy. Bye. At Jacksonville, home for Tampa, at Seattle, at Philly. So 4-2 at Minnesota versus Cincy. Let's split that. 5-3 at Jacksonville, Tampa. 6-4, we'll split that. At Seattle, at Philly. 7-5, we'll split that. Wow. We're looking at 7-5 through 12 games. Final third, last 5. Home for Seattle, at Arizona, home for Baltimore, at Washington, home for Rams. So 8-5, 9-5, 9-6, 10-6. I think they're 10-6, maybe 11-5, 10.5. Don't touch. No bet. I really believe. Let's go down one more time. How many wins do I see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 12. 10, 11, or 12 wins. 10-7, 11-6, 12-5, 17 games, cuz I'm still, don't take that to Vegas. So I'm going to say 11-6 is my pick. 10.5, I can't. How many losses do I see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8, 9 possible losses. 9-8, yeah. Don't touch it. Recap, NFC West. This is day 4 of 8 straight shows. The NFL division previews. I'm going north, south, east, west. Recap on the NFC West, August 10th, Thursday. 4th place Cardinals, 4-13, 5-12. 4.5 in Vegas, stay away. My 2nd place, I'm going Rams. 6.5 in Vegas. I got them 8-9, 9-8 right in there. I think that's a solid over. Just if they stay healthy. It's just the biggest thing. And what's the chance? One of those 2 guys, Stafford or Kupp, go down. Who's Stetson Bennett? I don't know. Brett Rippon? I don't know. If Stafford and Cup play 15, 16 games, I really like the over. But I skipped the Seahawks. I have them at third. 8.5. I have them at 7-10 or 8-9. I would go under 8.5. So I think that's two solid 10th strength of schedule, 23rd D, 30th offensive line. Geno, can he be a 71% passer again? I think it's unlikely. Injuries, issue. So my third place, Seahawks. Second place, Rams. Over the 6.5. Seahawks under the 8.5. And in first place in the West, but tougher road than I would have thought. I wouldn't touch 10.5. I have them 10-7, 11-6. There we go, folks. Another half hour in the books. Plus, I'll be back tomorrow in the afternoon. I also have a special guest tomorrow. I'm going to do 2 shows. I'm going to talk to our friend Dustin Carpenter. He had a really scary health incident. So I'm going to do my first interview with an adult, which I don't know. It'll be Spirit of Sports interviews, or maybe it's just a Spirit of Sports show. Maybe I have a whole different, originals, Uncle Richie talk story, something. But we got Dustin in the house tomorrow. We'll talk some fantasy football. He's a huge Raider. I'll tell him why you shouldn't be a Raider fan anymore. And we'll talk about life and death. So that'll be tomorrow. As for tonight, signing off. A little later, I tried to get around noon, but I had golf today, men's group, and then had to work. Had to be almost midnight, 11 o'clock, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. If you know, you know. I will tell you, this is Hawaiian time. So middle of the night for all you East and West Coasters, and the middle of the country as well. Tonight's episode brought to you by Cheyenne, Wyoming. Don't be shy. Plan your trip to Cheyenne, Wyoming. Why not? All right, people. Thanks for joining me. I will talk to you tomorrow. Aloha.